All right, very excited for everyone today to be here. All right, we're going to do this a little different. So please let me know if you don't want to be come onto the webinar. But if you do, please let me know and just drop a 1. I'm going to take this really simple today because I know that we had a little more complicated of funnels yesterday. And I think that it would be really great to just show a simple funnel and how you can build it out. Make it so that you don't need to stress. So why don't I just, again, share my screen. So many of us get overwhelmed and confused and we think, how do I launch? Say I want to launch in the next 21 to 30 days. How do we make this possible? Or how do we actually make money, to make sure that what we're buying right now, that it's leading people into the correct place, that it defines what we're about. And so I want to even just take a simple workshop. Let's say that we're focusing on the niche of hormones. Think about your lead magnets, and this is important for anybody, no matter what stage of your business. I always say think of, for list building, so let's start with list building even first. 3 opt-in freebies. So we're going to call this lead magnets, also called opt-in freebies. Anything that a webinar, workshop, so I say 3 freebies, 3 opt-ins, 3 opportunities. Then I always say workshops and webinars. 3 workshops. That could also be a webinar, could also be a masterclass. And why do I say this in the beginning? Because list building is so vital to every aspect of your business, whether you're leading somebody to your one-on-one, or you're leading them to a group, or you are nurturing your client, your potential client. It can also be, it can be a Facebook Live. The great thing is, and I love that question, please continue to ask questions if you want to put them in the Q&A or right in the chat. What you're doing when you think of list building is you're thinking of getting to be known as the expert. Any of these could also be, let's just talk about the different ways. This could be a live stream. Repurpose this, and I teach this in our membership constantly about being smart. Take that live stream, which could be one of the workshops. And I'm going to let's define what our workshops are. Let's define what our freebies are going to be. This could be a live stream. Download, then upload to YouTube. I love YouTube because it's a free resource and it has an amazing relationship with Google. So you want to make sure if somebody is we go to search things on YouTube. You want to think as far as list building and making money. Think about, where do you go for your finding stuff? I love live stream. This could be a freebie on Pinterest. So I would say the 10 top foods for hormonal health. This could be, and that's actually Eat Your Way to Hormonal Health, is on yourhealthcoachbiz.com. This could also even be the 3-day hormone, brand new hormone diet plan. It's more of a Sarah Gottfried approach, while the 5-day thyroid weight loss is grain-free and a great lead magnet for anybody who's working in the weight loss hormone industry, but even a great lead magnet to those of you who are doing AIP, which is our AIP program. The reason that I always say no these 3 workshops is think of the 3 pillars of your business. I always hear, and raise your hand if you do this, I always hear somebody say, I really want to help people just feel better. I want them to have their energy back. Well, energy and fatigue is a pain, but what do we really want to do? We want to polarize down to these workshops that can be free, low-cost paid workshops, or it can be a webinar. So if I think of what I would do, this would definitely be estrogen dominance, because I feel like this is such a hot topic. This could be a low-cost paid workshop. If you think of this at price, you buy the workshop for $137, and this is applicable for anything. Or maybe you're buying like our thyroid program and you're using the workshops in there that could be a live, that could have, you know, just your phone. That could also be Zoom, paid Zoom straight to a Facebook group or your page, or it could just be your phone. Keep it simple. You could have a paid one for, let's say, anywhere from 35 to 50 with I like to do like a 2-hour talk to make a masterclass. Or this could even be to 77, depending, or for some of you, 97. It depends where you are in your business. If you did that as a webinar, paid, this then turns into a masterclass on your website. For same thing, you could make it anywhere at a low cost, like 37 or 47 or 67 or 97. If you wanted to do it as a low cost workshop, even if you think, wow, I have $50 I'm charging for this, and I'm going to make it, I'm going to give them also a 3-day, hormone plan. Then you feel really good to be charging that $50. And your goal is what? Let's just say we're doing 50 with a 3-day hormone. 50 at 10 equals $500. What you're going to do is you're going to take that same product once you're done. So remember, this can be, hey guys, in 3 weeks to kick off the summer, I'm going to do a entire workshop, a low-cost paid workshop online that you can join live. Ask me any questions. You're going to get the handouts on discovering estrogen dominance. You're also going to get a 3-day food plan, or maybe you want to look at the 5-day, and all of a sudden you've made $500. So this could be a workshop. I might say, here are my workshops, which would be my next is maybe I want to go with a different approach of sugar or the perimenopause or menopause workshop. They're the both, menopause workshop. Because I want to work with really busy women in their 40s and 50s who are struggling with weight, energy, because hormones have completely changed. So I want to be the lead expert talking about all these different factors. So it's not that you sit there and you go, well, I'm just going to do one on gut. You want to think about what is somebody in their brain already with knowing about hormones. What are the things they hear about? I would definitely have a lead magnet that's thyroid. This can even be our thyroid blog, thyroid freebie and blog package. So that I have what? Blogs. Blogs to lead people to my call to action. Very simple. At that bottom call to action of a blog is, hey, join me for this free class. Sign up for a strategy session. Many of you get overwhelmed by tech. So all that has to do is lead somebody to a simple, your Acuity or your Schedule Once, something very simple. But you can have those blogs. This even could be like healthy recipes, like the clean eating recipe transition kit. This could be healthy recipes. That could not just be, that could be a paid low cost lead magnet with a mini class. And guys, when you do this, the mini class doesn't have to be like on this download page and everything. You can send a YouTube video or on a document in a Dropbox. Let's just even look at the programs for a second because, oops, sorry. I want to just see some options. If I was sitting there also thinking about thyroid, I would think about reverse engineering into, eat your way to hormone health could be one. 10 ways to repair your gut. Or you could go with like the 5-day no sugar challenge, the 4-day weight loss reboot. Anything that I would connect to hormones, or even have an approach of anti-aging. The biggest thing is no matter what freebie, what workshop, we have ones that are the women's hormone workshop, estrogen dominance. This is one of my favorite ones, natural menopause, because it addresses the perimenopause as well as the menopause. I would take this because of exactly what you get here. There is so much value in a Girl's Guide to a Menopause Labs handout or a perimenopause quiz. So this could even be a 2-hour interactive workshop for those of you who are thinking about doing stuff face-to-face, or this could, same thing, be a masterclass, do a webinar. And what you're selling on that webinar, pre-selling, is come here for this masterclass on hormones. Another thought, and what many people do, is they look at one of our programs like Retune Your Hormones, so that they use the actual opt-in freebies. Healthy 5 herbs to naturally balance, foods for insomnia. Those could be your lead magnets. Then you have your social media package. Then you also have your workshops right here, 5 root causes when you have hormonal imbalances, 5 causes of a hormone imbalance script. You have the 2 webinars, 10 foods that bring you back to hormonal harmony. So when you're thinking about what you actually want to do, I always think, what would be the very thing that would get somebody to go from a workshop, either paid or a webinar paid, to upsell them. And that upsell might only be, if we look at this, a workshop, free workshop webinar. Leading to a one-on-one call. Well, of course, they're going to get email with replay. Or some people will create another quick option. For those of you who get step one, create a Facebook forum. Step 2 is create a landing page. Or blog, or Eventbrite, or lead pages, or your own site with a buy now button. You can have a 1-zip download for those of you where automation just is making you feel insane. It's called eJunkie. Another is that you have PayPal or Stripe connecting to a welcome email. Welcome email in your email server. Many people love MailerLite, MailChimp. I would say these are my suggested beginner new coach ones. Email leads to Facebook forum. Coach adds all of the materials into the forum. Create a pinned post with the downloads. Or I like to put a Dropbox, but you can also have this welcome letter if you are, attach the downloads. And then you can have the forum where you live stream into the forum, then after download, then after webinar, you know, or this is like the webinar, low cost, masterclass, download and upload to YouTube, unlisted. The other thing that many of you can do, and this is just some simple strategies, is you can also do a Zoom meeting as long as it's under 45 minutes, and you could have the entire masterclass be on that Zoom, or use the paid version. Paid Zoom webinar to live stream is $40. If you're going to use it, it's well worth it. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. It allows you, if you are deciding to run a group and you just want to keep all of the videos in there and not send emails, that $40 can save you a lot of headache, because you can launch a group or launch a program, same thing. You can live right in there. All of the replays are in there. The materials are in there. And what you can do is just archive that group when you're done. Does anyone have any questions before we go on? Anybody? Okay. So that's option number one, to keep it really simple. And this just means that if you wanted to start out with even one opportunity, you do one free offer leading to one-on-one. And again, if I was doing hormones, it would be, I would have one maybe on weight, I would have one on thyroid, I would have one on hormones, and each one of those could lead just to your one-on-one. I'm a huge lover of list building. If you wanted to do a webinar, the webinar promote 2 weeks early. So you can start saying to people, hey, you know, sign up on this, sign up right here on this list. That list could even just be a list that you make a Facebook event. I still always love it to be on a page, because that allows you to promote it in different places. But you can do a webinar. You want to make sure that you have your replay copy and your email series. But for any of you who buy our programs, like, you know, if you wanted to do like the 10-day detox, or if you're looking at the skin detox or the anti-aging elimination, or maybe you're looking at a longer program, like a gateway longer program, like New You Weight Loss, you're going to get the emails in there. So you're going to get emails to promote. And those emails, if you have no list, can also be amazing to just use as like social media for Facebook, or even, again, pitching to a JV possible partner and saying, no, hey, I have the email copy that we can, put on this page. And I also have the promotional emails. So the biggest thing when you're trying to plan your funnels, you want to, if you are looking at a program, say, how can I use either one freebie or one workshop? How could I even take that one workshop, either make it paid or make it free? And where am I leading them to? So when I think about hormones, I would think that I was leading them to a one-on-one or a group. Some people are doing, of course, memberships. And the whole goal on a webinar, so let's just even take like webinar at first. If you're doing a webinar and you want to lead them to buy something, you want to definitely know specifically like the special offers that you're doing. I love 2 for 1. Another thing is urgency. Making sure that, people feel that there is an urgency to, to sign up for the program, or maybe you create it where you have extra bonuses for people who sign up. So that's the biggest thing with conversion is urgency, like buy in the next 7 days and get a free 30-minute session. You want to make sure that you have the follow-up emails to that, like, replay, then a little story about, why this program or why this service or why this offer is really important. And then again, have that like 72 hours, 48, 24, last call. If you want to just keep it simple, as I've been saying to coaches, like, keep it really simple with launching a program. If you even just went on Facebook and started promoting and saying, hey, I'm really excited. This is what I'm doing, and started showing your program materials. Like, hey, for everyone who deals with hormonal issues and weight loss, I'm launching a 21-day weight loss program that focuses on metabolism, that focuses on foods that you should eat so that you rev up your metabolism so you have more energy. And we're also going to talk about how hormones can affect it. Join me for this 21-day weight loss so you get ready for the summer, but you also start getting off these hormone disrupting foods, eat clean so that you're ready to really thrive and feel amazing in the summer. That can be done just simply by clarifying exactly what are the key points for the program. Or you can JV and do a 70-30 split with a local, with your own, chiropractor or your own acupuncturist or a wellness center. Health food stores love to do that. I did this at juice places, a health food store. My favorite paid workshop, which everyone loved, and it was a win-win, is I took a dessert guide, like the chocolate guide. Who doesn't love chocolate recipes? And I went and said to the juice place, hey, why don't we do a low-cost workshop, paid? And for those who pay, they'll get the entire little recipe guide. So I did that. And the juice place was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I brought my Vitamix. I made vegan ice cream. I said, anyone want also for me to make smoothies? I had essential oils there. So some people sign up for essential oils. Everyone bought the recipe guide. So that's the kind of stuff that I think is really fun. Like the clean eating transition kit could be an entire workshop. That could be a shopping tour. That could be, even, hey, a masterclass on clean eating and figuring out how to batch cook and, talking about like saving time and making cost-effective meals. That's such a great webinar. You could use a clean eating transition kit for that and say, hey, this webinar is $50. You're going to get access to all these materials. Go with 20 people. You make 1,000. Send them the Dropbox. Keep it really simple. My favorite platforms, simplicity-wise, because they're really easy for new coaches, is I do love lead pages. I love ClickFunnels, but it definitely takes, one, a learning curve, and two, I feel like sometimes because there's not templates there, it can be a little more difficult for the person who is new, or the person like me, that was not my zone of genius. Lead Pages has templates. Eventbrite is still one of my favorite because it's free. It's easy to use. I know people who still use it, and they are like very high, well-known people in New York because it has a great relationship with Google, and it's free. Teachable is one of my favorites. If you are looking to even take any of the programs and want it to be in a course format, Teachable is super easy. You can upload videos. You can give homework. I have a client right now who she launched a detox, and her second part is like a 3-month program. She has people going through this entire summer. Many people are home. They have the time. Work slows down, especially if you're working corporate wellness. Moms love to get their body back in the summer, and they have the time. So think really about your ideal client. What do you need in your business? Where do you feel that there are holes? Because if you are not planning your business to say, okay, what is my 2-option work with me? And for a lot of you, and I've talked to a bunch of coaches who say, I don't have that. I just say, session notes. You want to have high converting. So if you're buying the 21-day, like the New You or clean eating, or maybe you're like, you know what, my clients, I work with people who have hormonal, like thyroid issues, and you're buying that, a great lead-in would be, here, do this 5-day thyroid plan. Then lead them to a 30. Then say, hey guys, this is really awesome. Do you want to keep going? That 30-day doesn't have to be a 30-day. I always would say, do you want to keep going? For only 97 for the next month, we're going to continue this. So think about how you upsell in a way that just feels really natural. That's what I did. I used to say to everyone, oh my God, we're having so much fun. Do you want to continue? For anyone who wants to continue, I would, in that Facebook group, just put a link to buy. And it made it just really simple. I think last but not least is, if you are doing live streams, have a call to action at the end of that live stream. Hey, go over to rachelafeldman.com/free tools. You can get my brand new opt-in freebie. And for anybody who wants to know more about this, I'm going to be doing a live next week on the 3 myths about restoring your hormone health. The same could be about clean eating, getting off sugar, digestive health. You want to start reverse engineering from, what do you want the goal to be? Do you want them to opt in? Do you want to nurture? Do you want them to opt in and get on a one-on-one, or even at the end of a blog, or even a newsletter where you say, I never told anyone this. I struggled with, these issues, and I'm putting together a group, or I've created a signature program for my one-on-one business. Everything doesn't have to be group. It could be online. It could be offline. I used to, as I said the other day, would say to anybody locally who feels like, doing a mom's night out or a Sunday afternoon regroup, and we would do like a fun class, and we would do cooking classes. It doesn't have to always be a program. It doesn't always have to be online. For a lot of coaches, and I've talked to them, online's tiring. But if you buy a program, use it in 2 ways. You can do it online, or you can get your feet wet offline, or you can run it as a beta and say, hey, this is 21 days for only 97 or only 77. Bring a friend for free. I would then do it at 97. And then lead people what? Lead people to your one-on-one. Let people get to know you. Spend the next, like 10 days, really getting clear about what you need and then what you want to launch for the beginning of June, because that's such a great time. July 4th after is like, I would always love doing 5-day, like lose weight. Let's do this together for only $17, $37. When you stay at that low, people don't think of it. The upsell can come because they're like, oh my God, this was so great. Awesome. Well, I have an 8-week gut program that I work with all of my clients. Or, hey, let's start with an allergy elimination diet, because too often there's so many intolerances that affect hormone health, affect aging, affect sleep, affect, digestive health. Be clear on what you're offering, why, who is it ideal for, and then figure out just how you want to put that out into the world. And that could even be, as I did, walking into yoga places and gyms and health food stores and spas and just saying, hey, this amazing workshop, why don't we do this free, or why don't we charge? We can do, again, a 70-30 split, and get yourself known so that you have what? People coming to you and saying, I really want to work with you. And if they're already saying, I really want to work with you, and you don't have something that you're proud of, or that you feel is easy for somebody to follow, then take a look at what programs really fit for you. Think about who is your ideal client and your avatar and what they're really missing. And tomorrow what I'm going to show is a PowerPoint with some different funnel ideas to make it simple. But I would love if anybody tomorrow wants to come on and do a hot seat and go through their funnel and figure out what really works. We'll be having some guest speakers too as well. So stay tuned, and let us know if you have any questions. You can go to yourhealthcoachbiz.com, and I'm more than happy to hop on a Zoom and we can plan out what really flows and what would be a great flow for you without you feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and tired. Because the whole point is what? You want that excitement to come out about talking about your program or a webinar coming up or a workshop. And you want to know what the promise is. By the end of this webinar, you will know. By the end of this workshop, by the end of these 3 weeks, this is what you will discover. The more clear you are on that, people can you sell from your heart and you sell from your soul. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to reach out to us. It's been a pleasure to be with you today, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.